Our first map in our best of 5 is going to be the Shattered Temple between bnYamonkey and Bannon. Two very high level master players in our tournament. bnYamonkey is going to be spawning in the 6 o'clock as our orange Protoss. And Bannon is going to be spawning at the 12 o'clock as our light blue Zerg. We do have long distance position spawns here. Should make for a good game. I know both players very solid macro. Good timings on their expansions. I expect more of the same in this series. Especially in this first game, I expect this to be a very long game. But we do see a pylon in the main for bnYamonkey. Not going for a Forge first expansion here. We'll see what Bannon decides to do with his opener. He is at 13 supply right now, going 14. Could be a 14 hatch. We see gas first. 14 gas. 14 pool, possibly. And we see gateway first out of bnYamonkey. Chrono boosting out those probes, trying to get as many as possible early in the game. He's done such a good job of that all tournament, really keeping up with his probe count, having all of his bases fully saturated. Just overall good macro from bnYamonkey. Doing a little bit more probe harass here, trying to pick off a drone. Bannon cannot get the surround on that probe. This probe has just been doing a ton of damage. And now it looks like he's going to try to delay the expansion here. A little bit of a misclick, he might be able to get down. He does not. They're going to fight. And he goes back and plants the expansion down. I'm surprised that bnYamonkey didn't throw a pylon there to try and delay it. And Bannon decides against it anyways. Did he scout something that I did not see? Still has not scouted. He's waited on this Overlord. So decides to go against the expansion. We're seeing one gate, one cybernetics from bnYamonkey. Now getting the pylon down onto the low ground. Maybe expanding off of this. Didn't see anything that scared him too much. Expansion going down and 4 Zerglings coming out to try and clean up this probe and stop the harassment. So a little bit delayed on the expansion there for Bannon. Going for speed, stop the mining on the gas. He's just going to drone up and try to get as many harvesters as possible before he techs into his lair. One stalker is out on the field. Will be able to clean up any Zerglings coming to harass the base, and he might be able to pick off this Overlord here. That was caught a little bit out of position. Let's see, can the Overlord run away? I don't think it will. Oh, it does. And goes back to attacking these Zerglings. Picks off one. Will not get the second because speed has finished for Bannon. Another queen on the way. Getting ready to transfer to his natural. And they're off. Good timing on the drone transfer there. 2 more gateways going down for bnYamonkey. Probably a 3-gate nexus. We see Warp Gate is done, and we see Bannon still trying to scout with these Zerglings. He's really been poking at this wall, trying to get as many Zerglings in as possible. Now we're going to see the majority of the sentries coming out now, so we can save up and use those force fields to try and split up Bannon's army when they do engage. Most Protoss prefer to do this, especially with a 3-gate expand. You want to get a heavy number of sentries It makes defending your base a lot easier because you control so much more of the map with fewer units by being able to make good force fields. We see the forge going down now. Should be followed by a couple cannons just to try and defend the second base by any Zergling harass from Bannon. We see a spine crawler going down, and the destructible rocks are being worked on by these Zerglings. Bannon could be going for a quick third base here. Second extractor going down. Now we do see a spore crawler and a roach warren in the main as lair tech is being researched. A couple spines actually, maybe concerned by some sort of DT play or some early Stargate play. He hasn't actually scouted into the main at all, so he must be thinking Stargate. Yeah, he's only seen one cybernetics, one gateway. He has to be thinking Stargate right now because he's completely blind to the main base of bnYamonkey. bnYamonkey is not going Stargate. He has gone Twilight Council. Expect this to be Blink Stalkers at some point in the near future. Or we could say, ooh, was not expecting Dark Shrine. But there it is, a Dark Shrine, and he is not hiding it at all. He is putting it right in the middle of this gateway. Of course, Bannon will not see this, but he is prepared with detection. And he did this way before the Dark Shrine was completed, so it looks like his air counter with heavy queens and spore crawlers will pay off with the fact that if any DTs do come into the middle line, he will be able to see them. Third base gone down for Bannon. And now a pylon here by bnYamonkey. He is going to warp in some DTs, and here comes the harass that I was talking about. Now this is going to be seen with these, let's see, he has not seen the spore crawlers or the Evo chamber, so he does not know that these Dark Templars are going to be picked off with relative ease. A little bit of a delay here for bnYamonkey. He's not going to be able to do as much as he thought he could with those Dark Templars. bnYamonkey is now beginning to work on the destructible rocks that are separating him from his third base. The Overlord has seen this, so Bannon will know the timing of the third base, exactly when it happens. Third base almost complete here for Bannon. And an Overseer is on the field to stop any more DTs from coming into any of the bases. Good creep spread again by Bannon. He's been staying on top of this. We should expect him to take this fourth fairly soon after the third base is saturated, just because he is seeing, okay, I know bnYamonkey's expanding, not many production facilities. This is going to be a long, macro-oriented game. He's going to try to get as much of an economic advantage as he can in the early to mid stages of this game. And he's doing just that. If we look at the units tab here, we see 57 probes to 50 drones. Now, I expect this number to increase drastically with the addition of this third base. Hasn't started droning up yet. Getting a few more roaches, just in case any sort of early aggression comes out. DT's on the field. Doing some damage, but being cleaned up there by those roaches. And you see 6 more drones on the production tab. We'll be mining from the third base. Third base for bnYamonkey, still about halfway done, building 3 more gateways to block off the rocks. I like this play here. This is a pretty solid wall. And he'll be able to warp in units pretty much at will. So this will be good defense of this third base. It'll be interesting to see how he prepares to defend his fourth base when it gets to that point. All of his production facilities are in front of his natural and in the front of his main, walling off these two bases exceptionally well. Third base is going to be walled off. Fourth base, he might not be so lucky. I think it looks like Bannon has a little bit more map control right now. He left those rocks up for just a little bit longer. Now he's going to go ahead and clear them out. Get ready to take out, or get ready to start on his fourth base here. Dark Templar is taken down, and there it is. Now with the creep spread and the Overlord placement by Bannon, he's done a solid job of really controlling this map. He's going to have 4 bases that he can virtually defend with no problems because we haven't seen a Stargate from bnYamonkey. I expected him to go Stargate. He thought he could get something done with his Dark Templar. He did not. Of course, he's going to turn that into an Archon later in this game to deal with the massive amount of Zerglings. However, we're still on Robotics Facility, double Robo, with no Robotics Bay yet. Blink is done. Probably completed a while ago, I just missed it. Charge hasn't been started yet. So again, Bannon shying away from the charge lots. The destructible rocks going down and hitting the Zerglings, not hurting them at all. And here we go. We have a huge group of infestors here by Bannon, taking straight into his hive. He has a very substantial lead right now. He's up 20 supply. Good upgrades. A lot of roaches coming out. 12 more roaches with 2 attack. Now we see, okay, we do see extended thermal lance coming out. So the robotics bay must have been built. I probably missed it. Let's see, robotics, where are you? Oh, there we go. It's in the back here. Robotics bay, working on thermal lance. I'm not sure if Bannon were to fight this now, he would probably come out on top with this massive roach army. He's probably going to wait for his 2 upgrades, but by the time he does finish his 2 upgrades, extended thermal lance is going to be done on these colossi. They will be able to do a good job cleaning up these roaches with a good amount of sentries here to force field the army, throw up a couple guardian shields, and be able to defend against these roaches. Let's see, we see level 2 ground weapons on the way. I don't believe that he has 1 defense yet. He does not, so he goes for 2 attack first.
I'm back for the time being. They're having some technical issues of their own over there.
Let's see, Skype somehow managed to unmute itself. Gonna hang that up. Sorry about that. We're back in the game. A-Monkey is moving out here. Production tab, of course. Oh, we see an engagement here. Nice force field splitting up this army, but we see a lot of infested Terran coming out. A good... let's see, no fungals here. Oh, he did manage to hit a fungal on the colossi. More force fields, splitting up those roaches. Doing almost no damage. All of these infestors are going to be taken out, but the infested Terran doing a lot of damage to these colossi. Wow, he manages to keep all of them. That was impressive micro there by A-Monkey. A good engagement for him, and this 4th base will surely be going down. We look at the production tab, we see 8 more roaches coming out, but that has a lot of stalkers to deal with. A nice fungal growth there may clean up one of these colossi, and that is the GG. So one big engagement there by A-Monkey did manage to win that game. Very good force fields, very good unit control. Bannon did have the economic advantage throughout the majority of that game. He was up a base. I just don't think he had the right composition to deal with that army. He had good upgrades. He had a lot of infestors. May not have been as roach heavy as he could have been. He only landed 1 fungal on the colossi. The blink stalkers were able to spread out and do a lot of damage in that fight. Let's see, Bannon has picked Antigua Shipyard for his 2nd match. Now keep in mind, this final series in our